Yite. So class, today we will be discussing the birds and the bees. No, I'm serious. The two species in question are the common European starling and the western honeybee. Now you might be thinking,
hey, isn't this one too many topics for one 3-minute video?
yes. So the focus will be put upon the fact that these birds and bees are invasive species, along with the harmful effects their diseases cause alone. So the starling. Their functional origin in North America began in 1890 when 16 pairs out of 50 survived the New York City conditions to reproduce. In 2007, there were at least 200 million starlings in North America, and virtually all of them came from those surviving 16 pairs. Congrats. They were brought over to New York City to get the bug population under control, but only now they have become the pests themselves.
Now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
You see, the starlings can spread diseases like this one, and this one, and this one. All three cause abortions in livestock. Another one is Johne's disease, which... Another one is
Johne's
disease, which cattle contract. This disease alone spreads bacteria into the cow's milk and fecal matter, costing the dairy industry around $200 to $250 million a year. So, on top of the fact that birds eat what is meant for us, starlings are a hindrance to the food industry because of their avian afflictions. While not the only air carrier, we'd save a lot of money if they were never here to begin with. Next, the honeybee. Instead of infecting livestock, they are the livestock, infecting other pollinators to a decline. But I thought honeybees were a keystone species. False. North America's flora was flourishing long before Europeans brought the makers of the immortal sugar overseas. Today, wild pollinators like the bombus are threatened by the deformed wing virus, and the honeybees' overall number and size in all populations across the whole continent means that wild pollinators have to compete against the species that has no natural predator, except maybe bears, they're natural, while being infected to death by it. In other words, honeybees will only be a keystone species once they've conquered the other pollinators.
And when everyone's super!
No one will be.
In sum, the birds and the bees are an invasive species that harm the ecosystem with their disease afflicting the unaccustomed cattle and the vulnerable competition. So I'm going to end this like all presentations in college and high school go by saying, yeah.
Bombus.